Jamie. Today we're going to discuss why we should legalize the germline gene editing. So first, please help me with your imagination. Try to imagine a world without genetic disease like Down syndrome or the cancer, even a strange disease that made me just suck in the air and drink water but still get fat. No, all of them are gone. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But what if I told you that's not a fantasy? That's a possible future which can bring by germline gene editing. So that's the reason why I want to talk about this topic today, and I really hope you can legalize. In order to talk about this topic, I've done a lot of research in the past 2 months, and I will talk about what I've learned from the problem we're facing right now, and then the solution. So here we go. The first is problem. Do you know how much people have genetic disease right now in the world? 3 billion people, and 300 million people in it is especially illness, especially sick. They're having a problem with those serious genetic disease. And what about us? Apparently we're healthy, right? We're in those 4 billion people, which is normal. Are we safe? Not exactly. We are, you definitely heard the news about a healthy couple that have a Down syndrome kid. Why? Well, it's because we are all bad gene carrier. If we're in luck, our next generation could have a serious genetic disease. So, what will happen? What will happen if our kids get a serious genetic disease? That means there's no hope? No, we still have the treatment for it. This is the Caspi. It's a kind of gene editing treatment for the disease called the sickle cell anemia, which is kind of disease that your bone marrow cannot produce a good blood, and those blood can make you stroke. For the traditional treatment, we will replace your bone marrow with other people's good bone marrow. But there's a problem. Your body will reject other people's bone marrow because that's not the original one. So you have to take reject medicine for the rest of your life. But now with this treatment, doctors will take out your bone marrow and do gene editing on it and then put it back to your body. It's the original bone marrow, so your body won't have any rejection. Sounds great, right? But what's the price? Well, these kind of treatment is incomplete correction. Why? Because there's, our body full of bones everywhere. We cannot replace them all. So if there's still too many bad bone marrow, you still have the disease. You still have the symptom. And also, these kind of treatments are inheritatory. Means your kids still have the opportunity to get the disease. And finally, these kind of treatments are not going to cure those systematically disease, like Down syndrome. We know Down syndrome patient got 47 chromosomes, which is one more than the normal people. We're not going to fix all the cells in their body. It's impossible. So, is that what I'm going to talk about today? A treatment. Oh, sorry, what happened? We haven't talked about price first. Yeah, the price. The price is the most important problem, right? This is how much you're going to spend if you've got a serious genetic disease. This is how much for the surgery. A huge improvement, right? But this is how much people, the average income of middle class family. So this surgery is affordable for normal people. So that's what I'm talking about today. I said the technology can save people, can change the world. Of course not. This surgery I just mentioned is what we call the somatic gene editing. Basically, gene editing on your stomach cells. What is stomach cells? My eyes, my hands, my skin, all of things on my body is called the somatic cells. But what I'm trying to labelize, trying to introduce to you guys is the germline gene editing, which is the gene editing on a germline cell. What is germline cell? Your sperm, your egg, your fertilized egg. Example on it is like the somatic gene editing is fixing a house with a water leaking problem. But germline gene editing is fixing the blueprint to make this house won't ever have a water leaking problem. That's what we are chasing for, right? That's the solution. So, talk about the solution. Let me introduce the experiment first. Use easy word to talk about this experiment is they successfully prepared a kind of heart disease, which is a genetic disease that in human fertilized egg. So they do a gene editing on a fertilized egg, which is a kid still at the single cell stage. And they realize it works. If the kid is still growing up as a human, he will be completely healthy. There's no any bad disease gene in his body, and also his next generation and next generation will all be healthy. And that's what we're talking about, right? A totally healthy person through the gene editing. Unlike the stomach gene editing, you can just treat one single organ, and it's on hereditary, means your next generation still got opportunity to get those strange disease, and it's really expensive. But the germline gene editing, because we start when you still a single cell, which means the treatment is for your whole body, and you can pass this treatment to your next generation without doing it again. And finally, because I just mentioned, we're doing a gene editing on a single cell, not a bunch of cells, which is organ. It will be much cheaper. And I want to quote some words from the expert. This is an expert on gene editing, which is the creator of the gene editing technology, George Church. He said, if the technology is safe enough and effective, it's immoral to not to use this technology to prevent human suffering. And another expert also learned about gene editing, a Harvard professor called Jennifer Donner. He said, when those family with genetic disease are run out of choice, we, as scientists, should explore the more possibility about hereditary gene editing. It's the same word with germline gene editing. And in conclusion, I just want to say that we should accept the new technology and start to govern it. Make a healthy future as inherent right for all of us. And this is all I have today. Thank you for listening.